So over the weekend, I was making some high protein ice cream that actually tastes like ice cream using my Ninja Creami, which I'm going to do a full review on the channel very soon. And I thought to myself, here I am eating protein powder that tastes like ice cream, helping me maintain a lean physique that would have been impossible to do in the past. And it became pretty clear there has never been an easier time to lose fat and keep it off, especially when you know the tips and tricks I'm about to share with you today. There's going to be 5 total, and number 5 is the most important. So make sure you stick around for that. Let's start with number 1, kitchen tools. Okay, so as I mentioned before, there are some kitchen tools out there like the Ninja Creami that are making it super easy to eat well, eat better food, eat tasty and delicious food, and control for calories, which is going to be important for fat loss. One specific tool that comes to mind that just didn't exist 20 years ago is the air fryer. You can now prepare vegetables and starches and fry them, make them taste fried and delicious with very minimal fat and some of the negative health implications of frying foods. And when I talk about it never being easier to lose fat and keep it off, it's one of those things where it used to be really difficult to eat delicious food and make it taste good and not get boring and repetitive and stay in a calorie deficit. But when you have vegetable spiralizers that allow you to make low carb noodles, or Instant Pots that allow you to cook entire healthy meals in under 10 minutes, there's really no excuses to create food that tastes good and keep you in a calorie deficit. The kitchen tools have come a long way. They're inexpensive. And by buying the 3 that I already mentioned today, the Instant Pot, the Ninja Creami, and an air fryer, you can actually save money by preparing your own food and eating out of the house less often. The kitchen tools, they have come so far, but let's move on to number 2, which is going to be education and social media. I'm going to try really hard, and I mean this, not to make this entire video some old-timey, what I did back in my day used to be so hard type of video. But you guys, when I first started dieting in 2005, 2006, things were completely different. Although there was a good understanding of the science of nutrition, getting that information wasn't very accessible. And most of the stuff that was marketed to us to lose fat was either not entirely right, or it was just flat out wrong. I'm thinking with the fear of carbs and the insulin hypothesis, really not thinking that you could eat carbohydrates, anything in terms of even healthy sources, oatmeal, bread, pasta, like you could not eat that stuff and lose fat. That's completely changed with our understanding of the science of nutrition, but also how we apply it. There's a huge emphasis on meal timing, stoking the metabolic fire, eating more frequently to improve your metabolism was seen as the only way, or one of the only ways, to get leaner. It was a huge contributor in the eyes of many people that were experts on this stuff. And for the most part, that just wasn't true. You didn't need to eat every 2 to 3 hours to improve your metabolism, but many people did it. Many people carried around Tupperware everywhere they went in order to reach that goal. And in a lot of ways, I do think this set people back because they thought they could eat more frequently and eat more food. And in reality, this just drove their calories up, kept them hungry and hungrier, eating more calories overall, and they probably put on weight because of it. Or in the best case scenario, they were able to lose weight or maintain their physiques in spite of what they were doing, not because of it. We got a lot of this information from articles and some websites, but if you wanted in-person dieting support, you were typically limited to support groups like Weight Watchers or asking people in passing in fitness centers or the weight room floor. It was really difficult to get good high-quality nutrition information. It just didn't exist, but social media changed everything. It's never been so easy to find good high-quality information. Now, you can also make the argument that it's never been so easy to find poor, flat out wrong information, with charlatans and shirtless doctors in the grocery store spreading truths in order to make a profit or a quick buck. This is out there without a doubt, but it's also never been easier to access good information. And I want this video to be an example of that. Here's what I want to do, and I need your help. Do me a favor and drop in the comments below your favorite coach or your favorite health expert. This could be a link to someone's website or social media profile. It could be YouTube, a website, TikTok, Instagram, doesn't matter. Someone that has really influenced the way that you eat and the way that you move in a positive manner. There's tons of good people out there, and I want this video to be an example of that. I'll go first. 2 of my favorites are going to be number 1, Dr. Eric Helms from 3DMJ. He's been a huge influence on the way I approach science-based coaching, especially the strength and nutrition pyramid books were complete game changers with me. Both Eric Andy Morgan and Andrea Valdez wrote those. Great books. You should check them out. And number 2, Dr. Krista Scott Dixon, a huge influence on the way that I approach coaching. She's been a huge influence on the nutrition education world. If you've heard of Precision Nutrition and worked through any of their materials or the Girls Gone Strong menopause certification, you've come across her stuff, and it's very, very insightful and well thought out, well researched, as well as inclusive. So that was another expert that I wanted to point out. But there's never been a better time to get good, high quality information. So do me a favor, link someone up in the comments below and everyone will benefit. Let's move on to number 3, technology. There are more tools and apps out there than ever before. And I actually had a comment on one of my YouTube videos the other day that caught me by surprise. Here it is. And let me read this here. It's crazy how you literally have to pay every step of the way just to be healthy. That's one way of looking at it. But I think that's really pessimistic. And here's why. And here's another way to look at it. And what I think is the right way to look at this. There's never been an easier time to spend money on support and guidance and things that will help improve your nutrition with the tools and strategies that will remove barriers for you to live your healthiest life. Can it cost money? Sure. But is it going to make it a lot easier? Yes, in many cases. Think about meal prep services and meal cooking kits. The internet and technology has created companies around these services, making it so much easier to eat in a way that'll allow you to lose weight. And like this individual was referring to technological tools, specifically smartphone apps. Now, I'm not really sure when this happened, but at some point here, I became the nutrition app review guy. And at this point, we've done at least 10 to 12 app reviews. We've done videos where we've ranked a bunch of them. We've rank them in specific types of apps. And at this point, we get tech companies about each and every day emailing us to check out their stuff. And typically we do, because each and every one of them has unique features that make it so much easier for both myself and my clients and the people around me to lose fat and keep it off. Let's contrast this with where all the technology started. When I first started in grad school for nutrition, the ability to take food journals and turn it into objective numbers was very, very limited, especially for users or clients or people on the layperson side of things. Typically what would happen is the nutrition expert would do some sort of food journal or food recall with the individual, enter all that information manually and get the numbers. The consumer was never getting that information directly. They weren't able to do it. It was all desktop based, and since the individual couldn't do it, it made it really hard for that information to guide their eating habits. You'd get a plan, but it was essentially a meal plan based on those numbers, so it wasn't flexible. And tracking-based apps changed all of this. I actually remember one of my physique preps way back in the day where I was manually entering all the information, all the food I was eating, ingredient by ingredient, meal by meal, manually on a spreadsheet with nutrition information. I'd have my laptop open with me at each and every meal. Amy, bless her heart, tolerated it, but it made it really hard to track my food. But all the tracking apps, MyFitnessPal probably being the first one, changed everything when it came to this. And now they have features that are making it so much easier to track, but also guide your food choices. Doing complicated macro math for you, that comes to mind when I think about an app like Macros First, or taking pictures of meals and using LiDAR technology to estimate the calories and macronutrients like SnapCalorie, or creating meal plans from custom food levels and macronutrients through apps like Eat This Much. It's crazy how fast the technology is advancing, and this is just the beginning. And the food system has caught up as well. Let's talk about number 4, healthy option. It's never been easier to eat healthy on the run or out of the home. Most fast food options are going to list their calories and macronutrients, allowing you to make better decisions. You can access nutritional information on restaurant websites well in advance. There's tons of healthy, quick, and convenient high-protein options that have never been there before. Also, in the grocery store, there's been a lot of changes to make eating healthier, quick, and convenient. We talk about bagged salad, pre-cooked protein options. It's not just rotisserie chicken anymore. There's entire health food sections dedicated to eating healthy. Again, 20 years ago, I couldn't eat a wrap because I was so afraid of the carbs making me gain weight. Now I can walk into the health food section of a normal grocery store and buy a wrap that has 12 grams of plant-based protein in it, or eat a normal wrap. It doesn't matter. They all taste good and they all help me reach my goals. I would love to actually go back in time and try the protein bars again from 20 years ago. They were chalky, they tasted disgusting. Things have come so incredibly far. Now, you could make the argument that there is so much high-calorie food around us. Delivery apps like Uber Eats or Skip the Dishes has made it super easy just to get lazy with meal prep and eat high-calorie food as well. There are some disadvantages to the technology as well, but it's all how you use the tool. Just like it's never been so easy to be productive with some of the technological tools that we are using, it's also really easy to become distracted. But in my opinion here, the advantages definitely outweigh the disadvantages. So lean into the benefits and you can stay lean and mean forever. Now, one other thing that I'd really like this video to do is this. I'm hoping this video is giving you tons of ideas and inspirations about what you or loved ones, people in your social circle, or just someone that you know can do to lose fat and keep weight off. But more people need to hear this stuff. So if you're nodding along to the video and you agree, I want to encourage you to share it. Feel free to post it on social media or share it directly with the actual link to a friend. More people need to hear this stuff. Let's move on to point number 5, which in my opinion is the most important one. Let's talk about coaching and support options. This is the game changer. There's never been an easier time to get coaching, support, or guidance. Honestly, 20 years ago, the coaching world did not exist, at least not in this capacity. You couldn't find someone that you trusted that was willing to help you in the exact way that you needed. And right now, the nutrition coaching world has exploded. There's never been a better time to get involved as well as get help. There's also tons of difference in coaching methods and strategies, so it's easy to find something that'll work for you. Some are going to be more prescriptive, telling you more specifically exactly what to do step by step, whereas others are more behavior and habit-based, focused on the psychology of change and fat loss, and others have nothing to do with it at all, which can be a good thing. I know this video is fat loss focused, but when we think about something like intuitive eating that has nothing to do with body weight or physicality, for people that want to approach their nutrition and health in a way that has nothing to do with that, there are options. And that's a good thing because there's so much support out there. And that's it, folks. There are 5 reasons why it's never been easier to lose fat and keep it off. And remember, if you found today's video helpful, please feel free to pass it along. More people need to hear this stuff. So click that share button, pass it along to someone that needs to hear it, or post it on your social media. And there are so many great resources out there that people just don't know about. So please remember to drop yours in the comments below, link up coach or a health expert or a website, and share them so more people can get their hands on good information. Now, as great as all those tips and strategies are, if you're serious about your nutrition and getting into nutrition coaching, you're going to want to check out this video I linked up right here. One of the most important aspects of a fat loss diet is volume eating. You're going to learn all about it here, tips and strategies to be able to implement this into your own nutrition or your client's nutrition. I'm detailing it in this video right here, so make sure to check it out now, and I'll see you in the video.